Imagine this. You're driving down the road and suddenly flashing lights appear in your rearview mirror. Your heart races. You pull over, and now the officer is at your window. Most drivers panic, thinking they have no choice but to obey every single command. But here's the truth. You have rights, and there are things the police legally cannot force you to do at a traffic stop. In this video, I'll reveal 13 things police cannot make you do, unless you allow them to. Some of these will surprise you, and knowing them could save you from unnecessary fines, illegal searches, or worse. Stick with me until the end, because number 13 is the biggest misconception almost every driver gets wrong, and it could protect you from being taken advantage of. Number 1, you don't have to consent to a car search. Police often ask, "Mind if I take a look inside your vehicle?" Sounds casual, right? But here's the deal. Without probable cause or a warrant, you can refuse. If you say yes, you're giving up your Fourth Amendment protection against unreasonable searches. Unless the officer sees something illegal in plain view, smells drugs, or has another strong reason, they can't just search your car. The smart response? Calmly say, "I do not consent to a search." But that's just the beginning, because next, let's talk about your right to remain silent. Number 2, you don't have to answer incriminating questions. Where are you coming from? Have you been drinking? Why are you in this area? These may sound like harmless questions, but they're designed to make you slip up. Remember, you have the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You must provide your license, registration, and proof of insurance. But you don't have to answer questions that could be used against you. A polite response is, "I am choosing to remain silent and would like to speak to a lawyer." But what about stepping out of your vehicle? Let's clear up that confusion next. Number 3, you don't always have to step out of the car. This one depends on the situation. In some states, police can ask you to step out for safety reasons, but they cannot force you without a lawful reason. If they suspect weapons or danger, you may have to comply. But if it's just a fishing expedition or intimidation tactic, you can calmly ask, "Am I being detained or am I free to go?" That question alone can shut down unnecessary harassment. Coming up, can police take your phone at a stop? The answer might shock you. Number 4, police cannot force you to hand over your phone without a warrant. Your smartphone is your most private device, and it's protected under the Constitution. Unless police have a valid warrant, probable cause, or you consent, they cannot go through your phone at a traffic stop. If they demand it, politely refuse. Once you unlock it voluntarily, your privacy rights vanish. Protect yourself. Don't hand over your phone without legal grounds. Next, let's tackle something most drivers panic about: sobriety tests. Number 5, you can refuse field sobriety tests. Balancing on one leg, walking in a straight line, touching your nose, these field tests are subjective and often lead to false positives. In most states, you can legally refuse these roadside tests without penalty. But beware, refusing a breathalyzer or blood test after arrest can have consequences under implied consent laws. The key? Know the difference between roadside sobriety games and official chemical tests. Now, what about being recorded? Can police stop you from filming? Absolutely not. Number 6, police cannot stop you from recording the stop. As long as you're not interfering, you have the First Amendment right to record police activity. Whether it's with your phone or dash cam, recording can protect you if things go wrong. If an officer tells you to stop filming, stay calm and say, "I'm exercising my right to record." Just make sure your device is visible and not mistaken for a weapon. But here's another trick police try: extending the stop longer than necessary. Number 7, police cannot keep you longer without cause. Once the reason for the stop is over, like checking your license and issuing a ticket, police cannot legally keep you sitting there just to ask more questions unless they have reasonable suspicion of another crime. If you've complied with the traffic stop, you can ask, "Officer, am I free to go?" This prevents them from dragging out the stop unlawfully. Next, let's bust a myth. Can police force you to unlock your car? Number 8, they cannot force you to unlock your car. If you're pulled over and an officer demands you open your trunk or glove box, don't be fooled. Unless they have probable cause, a warrant, or an emergency situation, They cannot make you unlock private compartments. Many drivers panic and comply, but legally, you don't have to. Again, calmly say, "I do not consent to a search." Now let's get into something many drivers forget. Passengers' rights. Number 9. Passengers don't have to show ID in most states. Here's a big one. Unless police suspect a passenger of a crime, passengers don't have to provide ID. Some states do have stop and identify laws, but generally if you're just riding along, you're not obligated to hand over identification. Knowing this protects not just drivers, but also your friends and family who ride with you. Next, what about getting out of your car? Do you always have to obey? Let's break it down. Number 10, police cannot force you out without legal justification. If police order you out of your car, there must be a lawful reason, like suspected weapons, drugs, or danger. They cannot just demand it for intimidation. If asked, you can respond politely. Am I required to step out, and for what reason? If there's no legal cause, they can't force you. But here's one more, right? Most drivers don't even realize they have. Saying no to searches of your body. Number 11, they cannot search you without probable cause. Unless you're being placed under arrest or there's suspicion of a weapon, police cannot frisk or pat you down just because they want to. This is where many drivers get intimidated. But remember, the law protects you from unreasonable searches of your body, just like it protects your car and home. Coming up, can police threaten you into talking? Not legally. Number 12. Police cannot force you to answer without a lawyer. The moment things get serious and questions go beyond traffic violations, you can invoke your right to an attorney. Police may pressure you with tactics like, "It'll go easier if you just talk." But legally, they cannot force you. Once you request a lawyer, questioning must stop immediately. This protects you from self-incrimination. And now for the biggest misconception almost every driver gets wrong. Number 13, police cannot stop you from leaving unless you're detained or arrested. This is the ultimate one. Many people sit nervously, waiting for permission to drive away, even when the stop is over. The truth is, once the officer completes their business and you ask, "Am I free to go?" If they say yes, you can leave. If they say no, that means you're being detained and they must legally justify it. Knowing this one phrase could prevent you from being stuck in an unlawful stop. So there you have it. 13 things police cannot force you to do at a traffic stop. These rights exist to protect you, but they only work if you know them and use them correctly. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a traffic stop where an officer tried to push you past your rights? Share your story in the comments below. It could help someone else avoid the same trap. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe for more car and driver protection tips, and share this with your friends because everyone deserves to know their rights. Stay safe, stay smart, and remember, knowledge is your best defense on the road.